Alrighty, y'all. So don't mind what's going on here, but we do have a problem that most likely is going to come up during the 1.5 anniversary, and I want to address it now because I would love to believe that the Nikke, at least the Nikke team, is watching YouTubers' videos. So, I mean, I know they are because during the first year anniversary, they reached out to a bunch of YouTubers from big and small content creators to wish Nikke a happy first year anniversary. So I want to talk about this now, hoping that they see this video just because it's going to save them the trouble, right? I already know this is something that's going to be very, very, and I mean absolutely problematic when it releases. And yes, it is about what happened yesterday with their dev notes, or at least what was introduced or confirmed to come out through their dev notes. So make sure you guys subscribe and like. I'm going to talk about it and all that good stuff. So let's talk about it right now. So first things first, right? We need to open up the dev notes, which is here, right? I'm just going to get straight to it. The problem is going to be this treasure system. Now, not necessarily the treasure system in terms of how it works, in terms of how they're buffing up characters. That's all good, right? Buffing up characters is always good, especially the old characters. That's great, right? The treasure system, it's great in terms of how it works. The problem is how you're going to be able to get a character to at least have them unlock their treasure. So if you guys read the dev notes here, right, it's actually bolded for you and it's kind of heavy on it. It's quite sad though. It says, furthermore, the collectibles of some characters who have undergone 3 limit breaks can be upgraded to treasure, right? Basically, they're saying for the every Nikke is going to get collectibles, right? That's just like a buff. That's like an awakening. Every character will get that the moment this update goes live. But treasures will only go to Laplace, Diesel, Freeman, Exia. The problem is you're going to need to have these characters max limit broken, which is LB3, meaning you need to have pulled the characters 4 times. So you need to have pulled Laplace 4 times, Diesel 4 times, Freema 4 times, Exia 4 times. You need to have pulled these characters 4 times before you can get their treasure. And that's going to be a problem for future characters, especially when it comes to just not even future characters, every character, I guess, right? Even these characters. That essentially forces you to get multiple copies of them. Now, the problem is that's RNG based. That is RNG based. A lot of people are not going to have Laplace duped up. Even if you can put them on the wish list, it still doesn't guarantee you anything, right? For obviously, when it comes to Diesel and Freema, my pop filter fell off. Let me put that on real quick. I just took that on. Alrighty. So yeah, even for like Diesel, Freema, Exa, you can buy their dupes from the silver mileage ticket shop, which I do think it's good. For those characters, since there is at least a guaranteed way. But for some of these characters that get this treasure feature, you're not guaranteed a way to get their dupes. You're not guaranteed a way to get their dupes, right? Especially when we're looking at pilgrims, it's quite hard, right? And now it's like this is where the problem lies, because there are things in the game that allow you to get some of these characters quite easily, but then they mix it up with SRs and Rs, like the pilgrim modes. They're just regular modes in general, right? If I get a high quality mode, there should be no reason why I'm guaranteed or at least have a chance of getting an SR or R from that, because now you have a system like this where you're essentially forcing players to get at least 3 stars of their character to get them the treasure feature. Now, obviously, this is all something that is, it hasn't released yet, and they still said like they can work on it and all that stuff. But it's quite important for us to talk about this still now, because they did bold that specific line that you need to have, the characters have to undergo 3 limit breaks, which is a bit outrageous, right? It's just RNG based. A lot of people are gonna complain. Even whales might complain, because you could spend $1 billion and not guarantee get Laplace dupes through the wishlist system or anything like that, right? Maybe if you summon for her, like myself, right? I got Laplace LB3. No, I didn't get her LB3 through her banner. I actually got it over time. But if you got her LB3 through her banner, you're good. But if you didn't, you have the wishlist feature, which guarantees you somebody on your wishlist, which Laplace could be that. But like I said, it's RNG based. So I'm just thinking what they need to do is simply change that from 3 limit breaks to just owning the characters. Maybe make it a bit harder to get the treasure stuff, if that has to, whatever, like if that's the case, make it that it's harder to get the treasure materials or whatever. But overall, it doesn't make sense now, right, for them to have it like that, if that is what they are going to like stick with when this releases. And this is going to be happening during the 1.5 Annie, and I would love to kind of shy away from any drama during the 1.5 anniversary. It was already bad enough that for the first anniversary of Nikke, there was a massive drama with Red Hood, right? Especially since the anniversary was so good in terms of everything else but Red Hood, right? So I would love for us to frame from any type of drama when the 1.5 anniversary comes, but this is something that's guaranteed drama worthy day one, right? You're gonna have people complain this is a whale type thing. It's endgame content for sure. Like this treasures and collectible thing, yes, it's for endgame players. That's just how it is. You're not gonna start the game and expect to get collectibles and treasures. That makes no sense. It's just how it is, right? But even still, when you have a system that doesn't guarantee you it is quite bad, right? It does also say that you're going to be able to get the materials from outposts and solo raids. I would like to touch on this now before I forget. But solo raids, right? I don't know how they're going to go about it on solo raids, but like I said, if you guys, the people who are working at Shift Up or whatever, are watching this video, probably make it that you get the rewards from clearing stages 1 to 7, right? Don't make it a ranking system, because again, that is going to be problematic, because people are not going to rank, right, wherever you're going to put these rewards. If you do put it in a ranking system, most players are not going to rank, right? It's just how it is, right? Maybe I might rank, right? Maybe other people might rank, but majority of the people, a lot of people don't even do solo raid because it's quote unquote whale content. At least that's what it's described as in this community, whale content. Not only that, a ranking system for the rewards to revive old characters makes no sense. So I'm not saying that's exactly what they're doing. They never said how they're going to do it, but just a little tip for them before they do go into their planning stages, or at least their final decision of how you get the materials for these things, right? All that stuff. It does say they won't consume Nikke spare bodies as well. So that kind of has people confused, because it says on the first page they have to have 3 limit breaks, but then the second page says it's not going to consume additional Nikke spare parts. I'm just assuming what that means is the way to at least give a character their collectibles and a way to give characters their treasure is going to be in the same tab as feeding a dupe, right? It's going to kind of be in the same tab, or at least have something to do, like kind of something that makes it look like you're feeding in a dupe or something like along that lines, right? But it's weird because both of these lines are bolded. It says treasures, it says collectibles and treasures will not consume additional Nikke spare body parts. But then it says here on the second page, the collectibles of some characters who have undergone 3 limit break can be upgraded to treasures. So it's like, it makes no sense there, right? But like I said, it makes sense that you probably need dupes to have it. I just think that's not good enough for the community. I think they're going to complain 1,000,000%. And then this part right here, it will not consume. I don't understand what they're trying to get with this. So again, it's just a dev note, right? But I want to kind of save the community, or at least do my part to try to save this community before we have to go through that storm later on, right? I know how this community is. It is what it is, right? So yeah, hopefully this is helpful for any of you guys, right? Anybody who's watching the video, right? If you guys, I don't want you guys to go in attack them, but if you guys want, leave them a simple message on the next upcoming survey saying fix this now before whatever, by all means do what you got to do. But it's your boy Zxous. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace. I'm gonna go eat my Welch's right there.